Shalom, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this word. Peace and salutations to the brothers across the planet pushing this truth. Shema Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Allah, Yah, Nawah, Yahweh, Akkad. I just wanted to do a lesson on labor not to be rich. Because you got guys out here that are, in that spirit of, trying to be rich, trying to be on YouTube, selling the truth, selling merchandise in the name of the truth, using the truth as a gimmick to make money, doing debates, meaningless, worthless debates, trying to get a bunch of views so that they can just make more money, AdSense, that's what they call it, and just really try to make a come up, using the truth. But you're not supposed to do that because, the Lord, He didn't put us over here in America to be rich on this side, man. We weren't brought here to prosper. Yeah, brothers have certain jobs or whatever, Scriptures say, give me, meat convenient for me, that's convenient for you. But for the most part, we're supposed to be living high off the hog and just, balling out of control on this side. And a lot of guys out there are using this truth, to become rich. And that's not the right spirit to be in, man, because that's a surefire way, a sure way to bring you back into the world, man. First scripture is Proverbs 23:4. Labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven. Yeah, there's no guarantee you're gonna keep those riches, man, on this side, because everything is it's uncertain riches. You make all this money, but just to put it into bags with holes in it. All these scams, all these people trying to trick you, these taxes and everything. The money will fly away, like it says, as an eagle toward heaven, man. A lot of those rich people, a lot of those dudes, a lot of those guys that are in the financial industry, Wall Street, they're constantly, trying to monitor their funds and stock market, always checking stocks. One minute they got this money, the next minute it's all gone. You put your money, your life savings into an investment, the next minute it's all gone, or whatever. Because it says these are uncertain riches, man. And at the end of the day, the money is not going to be able to save you. The scriptures say that silver nor their gold will be able to deliver them from the day of the Lord's wrath. So your mind shouldn't be focused on getting rich, because the Lord is about to destroy this place, ultimately. Your mind should be getting right with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Yahweh Yahushai, so that He would have mercy upon you, so that you may be, delivered in that day. That's what your focus should be. Not buying the latest car, not having the biggest house, because all that's going to get burnt up. All these elements are going to melt with fervent heat at the end of the day, man. So that's where your focus is at, being delivered from this destruction, man. Like guys talking about the Lord's going to come back 1,000 years from now, man. The mind isn't focused on Yahweh's return, man. They're focused on that big house. They're focused on that woman. They're focused on being comfortable on the side, man. They don't want the Lord to return, man. But that's just them, they're wise in their own mind, man. It says, cease from thine own understanding. Cease from your own wisdom. Because you lack wisdom, that the kingdom is going to be far greater than this raggedy kingdom here, man. Where everything is corrupted on this side, man. They don't even deal with real silver and gold on this side, man, or an FRN note, or whatever it's called, a dollar bill that's about to be tanked, you know. This is nothing new, you know. This is going on in the time of Yahushua. This is John 2 and 13. And the Jews' Passover was at hand, and Yahushua went up to Jerusalem and found in the temple those that sold oxen and sheep and doves and the changers of money sitting. And when he had made a scourge of small cords, he drove them all out of the temple, and the sheep and the oxen, and poured out the changers' money, and overthrew tables, and said unto them that sold doves, Take these things hence, make not my father's house an house of merchandise. That's what these guys are doing, man. You know, making the Lord's house a house of merchandise, man. So Yahushua, man, he turned up, man. He made a whip. Basically, he made a scourge of small cords. He made a whip. He was whipping those money changers and those guys out of there, man. He was pissed because he was making the Father's house a house of merchandise, man, in the temple. That's basically what these guys are doing today, man. Camp starter kits. You know, Lord ain't coming back for 1,000 years, man. Doing all these debates, online debates, going back to the time of Sarnetta, the House of Consciousness, man. You know, yeah, Sarnetta, he was always going up to the camp up there in New York, trying to bait those brothers into a debate because it was popular and people wanted to see it because they didn't really want the knowledge. You know, the people who spent all that money to see that debate, they wanted, you know, that contention. They wanted the drama. They couldn't care less about the truth. You know, House of Conscious, you know, debating the Israelites. It's all for show and money. And the Lord's not with that, man. That's why it died out. And nowadays, these guys, man, they're going online, these different podcasts, you know, debating the word with Christians, man. And they're getting their asses handed to them by Christians, you know. Because he only did that for more views in order to get more money. That's what that was all about. They didn't even care about pushing the word at all. You know, so that's why the Lord, you know, he got them up out of there, man. Overthrowing tables, whipping them, making the Father's house a house of merchandise, man. That's what the Lord said, man. It's Proverbs 23 and 23. Buy the truth and sell it not. Also, wisdom and instruction and understanding. Yeah, it says buy the truth, man. That means obtain it. Get the truth, understand it, and buy and sell it not. Hebrew word there is chana. Chana means to get, acquire, create, buy, possess, acquire, obtain, acquiring knowledge, wisdom. So when it says buy, that's talking about obtain the truth, acquire the truth, learn the truth, and sell it not. Look up the word sell in the Hebrew. It's machar. Machar means to sell, a seller, to be sold. You know, so you're not supposed to sell this truth out there, man. It says buy the truth and sell it not. You know, learn on wisdom, instruction, and understanding. Learn it and teach it, man, so that others may come in. That's what it's all about. That freely as ye have received, freely give, man. This is Matthew 10 and 5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. Yeah, the Gentiles. It's talking about those other nations, the heathens. You know, don't teach. You know, don't try to teach the heathen. You know, but tell them who they are. But don't try to bid them to the marriage, man, because they're heathens, man. Deliverance isn't for them. Deliverance is for the elect of Israel. But rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So we're supposed to go to the Israelites and teach His word and bid them to the marriage, and give them warning from the Most High about this upcoming destruction. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Americans. And as ye go, preach, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand. That's what we're supposed to say. The Lord is coming. The kingdom of heaven is at haste, having haste. Giving haste to the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, to Yahweh Shai's second coming, man, in chariots. That's what we're supposed to be teaching, man. Not that the Lord is not gonna come around to another 1,000 years. That's not what we're supposed to be teaching, man. We're supposed to be teaching about the doom, the upcoming doom and destruction that's coming, man. And that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It's close. Look at the prophecies. Look at what's going on around the world, man. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. Yeah, we received this knowledge free. When the apostles, put this word up, on the internet back in 2007, that was free, man. Freely have ye received it, and freely give. It's charging for a camp starter kit. Yeah, buy the truth, obtain the truth, and sell it not. Also obtain wisdom, instruction, and the understanding of Yahweh Shai's word, man. Freely have you received, freely give, man. Because 1 Timothy 6:17 charges them that are rich in this world that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living power, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. So yeah, teach them that are rich, that they be not, they don't trust in those riches, because the root of all evil, for the love of money is the root of all evil, man. To love that money, that's the root of all evil. If you got it like that, also has different cases. Maybe you may have a cool little job or whatever, but don't trust in that money, man. That check. Don't put your trust in that, because that's as we read in Proverbs. For riches make themselves wings, they fly away as an eagle toward heaven, man. So one day you may have a cool little paycheck. One day that may be gone the next. Don't put your trust in that. Riches, certainly, man. You got, like I said, those dudes on Wall Street, those guys on Wall Street, they're constantly heavy into. They're always checking those stocks, man. They don't get no rest. Yeah, point being, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living power. That's the one you trust in, Yahweh Shai, man. Not in money, not in this government, but in Yahweh Hashem Shai. That's who you put your trust in, man. Because, when you work, in this truth, you labor in this truth. You don't labor not to be rich, but labor in this truth, man, because there's a spiritual bank account that you're depositing, man, up until that day of salvation, Lord will. This is Matthew 6:19. Lay not up for yourself treasures upon the earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through to steal. Like we just read, it's uncertain, man. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. Yeah, man, lay up for your treasures in heaven, how do you do that, man? You push this truth, man. You labor in this word. You labor in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's what you labor in. Don't labor in to be rich, but labor, you know, for this truth, man. And then you're making little spiritual deposits in your bank account every time, man. Laying up your treasures in heaven, And then when it comes to cash out, when you have a shy returns, man. As Ecclesiastes 11:25, in the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction. And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. Yeah, so I guess Lord didn't bring us here to prosper, man. We were, brought here to feel that affliction, you know, that light affliction, working, you know. But in the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction. So if you do prosper, you're bringing yourself back in this world. And eventually you're satisfying that flesh. And then eventually, you'll be talking about the Lord ain't coming back for 1,000 years. You'll be talking about, all people can be saved. Edomites can be saved or whatever. That's what you're going to be pushing, in the day of prosperity, man. So we want to feel that affliction at the end of the day. You want to bear your cross. The Lord said, those that do not bear my cross cannot be my disciple. There's a cross that you have to bear. There's an affliction you have to deal with, man. There's sufferings you're going to have to deal with in this truth, man. Because every time you go through it, you're laying up for yourselves treasures in heaven, man. You got to feel that fire now so that you can be delivered and not feel that physical fire, man. Because in the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction, man. You forget about the affliction, man, you're going to go right back into the world, man. For it is an easy thing unto the Lord in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways, man. So yeah, man, you wanna, just deal with this hell, man. Bear your cross, put your burdens unto the Lord at the end of the day, man. Because the kingdom is at hand. You deal with that affliction, you go out there and teach and you preach and say the kingdom is at hand, man. You look forward in haste into the day of the Lord, man. The Lord ain't gonna be in 1,000 years, man. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. All right. Yeah, you don't want these corrupted, moth-bitten treasures on this side, man. Where thieves break through and steal, You got tax burdens. A lot of the Jake celebrities, man, get caught up in them taxes and they lose all that money. That's a thief. The IRS is a thief. It's gonna break through and take your money, man. Esau's gonna take it. It's rust doth corrupt, man. Moth and rust on these treasures on this side, man. You gotta do all types of wickedness to get that money on this side. But if you wait on Yahweh Shai, wait on Yahweh Shai, man, and you get them righteous riches, man. This is Isaiah 60:11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. Yeah, the forces of the Gentiles, the riches of these other nations, man. The other nations are going to come bowing. These heathens, they're going to come bowing down and bringing, the elect men their riches of their land, man. Riches of the whole earth. So, Jacob want to be rich on this side, but these are corrupted riches, man. You want those righteous riches, man. The true riches of the earth. Not some Federal Reserve note, Flip it to the NLT. It says your gates will stay open day or night. to receive the wealth of many lands. The kings of the world will be led as captives in a victory procession. Yeah, man. You know, Scripture say, going to bind their kings with fetters of iron, man. Take their money. They're going to come bowing down, you know, bringing us their riches. You know, it's going to be a beautiful day for the elect. So this is the riches you want to wait on, man. You labor on this side for these riches, man. For this and for this, man. We're having the kings bow down to you, man. Put their faces facing the earth, licking up the dust off your feet, man. That's what you labor for, man. Like it says, labor not to be rich on this side, man. You labor in this truth so that you can be rich on the next side, man. So you can be that God, you know. So you look up that on the Google search, forces of the Gentiles, and it says what the King James Version calls forces of the Gentiles is undoubtedly referring to the wealth, riches, and abundance of the nations which will be brought to the place of the Lord's dwelling. Yeah, man, this is right here. This says undoubtedly. This is the Google search, man. AI or whatever this is, man. It says undoubtedly referring to the wealth, riches, and abundance of the nations which will be brought to the place of the Lord's dwelling, man. So this is what you want to labor for, man. These riches on the next side, man. Not these FRN notes, man. Forgetting about the afflictions, you know. Being rich on this side, forgetting about the afflictions and going back in the world and teaching heresies, man. Talking about the Lord's going to come back. Ain't going to come back for 1,000 years, man. For certain cars that break down on you, man. Why would you want a car on this end, man? A high-end car on this end when you can get a chariot? Scripture say there's going to be a chariot above your house, man. Every brother's going to have a chariot above their house. Above the palace or whatever, man. But you have to worry about getting a speeding ticket when you're in a chariot, man. You have to worry about getting the oil changed, the chariot, having to change the oil or the transmission going out, you know. Yeah, with that, yo, shalom.